Welcome back from the break. I'm Sydney Wicker, live out here on Beale Street, where Mississippi State is getting ready to take on Texas Tech tomorrow. Pop the champagne. The Braves are heading to the World Series. They beat the Dodgers last night in Game 6 of the NLCS 4-2. It was a 3-run homer in the fourth from Eddie Rosario that gave the Braves the lead. Rosario was named the NLCS MVP after the game. Now, let's be honest, most fans had no idea the Braves would even make it to the postseason this year. Even Freddie Freeman was impressed with his team's performance last night. The Mississippi State Bulldogs taking on Tennessee State this week at home. All season, though, the talk has been about the air raid offense. So, of course, a flyover before kickoff is only fitting. Passengers, buckle your seatbelts. We're about to take off. Bulldogs leading 7-0 to start, and Rogers here with the handoff to Jaquavius Marks to extend their lead 14-0 in the first quarter. It only took the first drive, though, for quarterback Will Rogers to break Dak Prescott's single-season passing touchdown record. Here he is again in the shotgun with the pass to Malik Heath, who will go all the way 56 yards to the house, the Bulldogs' longest touchdown run of the season. The Dogs really starting to bark as they lead the Tigers 21-0 in the first half. Well, I know you were talking about that peach cobbler, so let's head back over here because I have to try some of this. Everybody who's come through has said get some of this peach cobbler. So we're going to go ahead and do a little taste test right here. We're going without the ice cream. I just really want the full flavor. I want to know exactly what I'm getting here. Okay, let's see. That was pretty good.
It is good.
I don't think you can complain about that.
No, not at all.
The perfect snack right before you head into the game. I was looking up there. I do not see a state championship banner. Is this going to be the year that you guys get it?
I am the lunch lady.
Well, if this is what you're cooking up for lunch every day, I might have to come to Demopolis.
It is, right, TA?
With 4 state championship rings and 2 state runner-up titles, head coach Joe Miller made his mark as a Southeast Tiger. In fact, he made a big enough mark that the court is now Joe Miller Court. But after those 24 seasons with Southeast, the head coach decided to hang up his coaching hat. But that didn't last long for Coach Joe as he decided to step out of retirement and step back onto the court, this time as the head coach of the Lamar Raiders.
Fans had a pretty good time, and you know something about that, don't you, Cindy?
Oh yeah, there's one group of guys who's a little more rowdy than the rest. I got to hang out with them last week, actually, see what their paint-up process is like.
Just the best way to support our dogs. No other way to go to a football game than to stand shirtless in the cold and yell.
They are known as the rowdiest group on campus. The Hail State Paint-Up Squad rings their cowbells and cheers in the front row of every home game in Davis Wade Stadium. They sit in the north end zone, and they're always in the front, and they're always the first in the stadium.
Originally, we had to go so we could get the front row seats. But now, actually, we have it reserved. But out of tradition, we just always have to be the first ones here.
The paint-up crew got started back in 2014 by a group of roommates and has now grown into an official school organization that has an unofficial but strategic operation. So it's a little cold out today. Does that change the paint-up process at all?
Absolutely not. We are hot and we are ready to go. This is just formal attire. This is nothing about the weather is going to stave us off from supporting our boys.
Every week, the Hail State squad counts their guys and comes up with their quote on the spot.
We'll just do Ole Miss.
We don't even really discuss what we're going to paint until we're in the stadium. People might spit ideas out in the line, but it's not normally picked until we, start painting.
Now anyone can join the paint-up crew, but there are a few rules.
Obviously, you have to stay the whole game. You have to commit yourself to at least 5 games a season. And when you debut, you will not be a critical letter in case you are not actually committed. Well, a critical letter, like for instance, this U, in my instance, but I've been with the squad for about 3 years now. Yes, I am. But Brody here is an exclamation point because this is his first game.
Bringing students together every Saturday and, well, a lot of attention. But this group really supports and welcomes everyone.
One thing I love, it's kind of weird for me, is it's so body positive. Everyone's got all different body shapes, and it's just a little bit boost of confidence, a little way to have fun.
Why you help paint up these guys?
They're just the rowdiest guys on campus, and I've been doing this since I was a freshman, and I noticed that of their lines were super clean, and so it's a fun way for me to spend my time before the game is happening, and these guys are really fun to hang out with.
Of course, the Egg Bowl will be the season finale for the Paint Up crew, but they have plans to try and head to a bowl game to support their dogs one more time this season. We'll have to see what the crew has up their sleeves for tonight's anticipated rivalry. From Davis Wade Stadium, I'm Sydney Wicker, WTOK News 11 Sports.
What does that look?
Now, if you're a fan of the West Lauderdale Knights, there is one name that you hear almost every Friday night. Jacarius Grant is not only leading the Knights with touchdowns, but he has also broken multiple school records, in addition to being one of the top running backs in the nation. But this season, he's making up for lost time. The West Lauderdale Knights have one of the top high school running backs in the nation on their team this season. Senior Jacarius Grant has already broken 5 school records. He had 250 rushing yards, 22 carries, and 4 touchdowns alone in the Knights' 72-15 victory in round 1 of the playoffs Friday night. But last season, Grant wasn't so lucky.
I really just wanted to be there for my team, but I knew I couldn't be there because of my heart, so I had to make that change in order for me to be there for my senior year.
What started out as a lightheaded feeling quickly escalated in the beginning of his junior season. Grant found out that he had extra tissue over his heart and would need to have heart surgery.
Told him, I said, it's going to be all right. I mean, it ain't nothing but a little procedure, that's all.
However, Grant and his family found out that it was more than just a small procedure.
I saw on social media you had made a post and you said, my life has made so many turns. It started off as me not knowing that I had something wrong with my heart, then finding out that I might not ever play football again because of the condition that my heart was in. When you were told that you might not be able to play football again, how crushing was that?
That was just bad. It was so many emotions going through my body. It was just horrible, really.
From not knowing if he could ever put pads back on and play football again, to being 3 touchdowns away from the West Lauderdale single touchdown season record, Grant has not let anything stop him this season.
You're turning on the Jets this year. Where's all this motivation coming from?
From the past year, I didn't get a chance to play my whole junior season. It was just like a whole bunch of stuff that was built up in me. I had to let it out.
Just with the way that things went down last year, very proud of the year that he's having and the obstacles that he has overcome.
Try to be the best, really. And then for all the other ones that's coming up, I want them to be better than me.
Well, we talk about superstars all the time in sports, but it all starts at a young age, and there is one Clarkdale Pee Wee football person who is lighting it up for the Bulldogs this season.
A lot of people told me that I couldn't do it.
But yet, here she is, Kylie McGarity, Clarkdale's Pee Wee superstar, a tight end, running back, and open to fill any position her coach needs her in.
A lot of girls will play kicker usually, but I get to play like on the field like the whole game usually, unless it's halftime.
She's giving quarterbacks a lot of trouble this year.
Now, this is Kylie's 3rd season playing football, but starting here was not the easiest for many reasons. Finally, her dad gave his thoughts.
My dad said, well, heck, why not?
I knew she was going to be good at it. She had all the physical tools and the aggression required to play football, and it was kind of a wasted on a lot of girl sports.
While being a girl out on the field was a little different for Coach Nick, it didn't take long for him to notice that she can be just one of the boys.
I didn't really know about coaching a girl in football because I'd never done it before. But then the longer I stayed out and coached her, I started realizing she was kind of different. She was just as tough as all the boys. And I told my wife that she was the best blocker on the team. Kylie has fallen in love with football so much that, in fact, she's setting really big goals for herself in her future career.
I hope to go to at least to the NFL, basically. And I really want to play for for Alabama.
Since Kylie is only in the 6th grade, she's got some time to get Nick Saban to look at her highlight reel. But right now, her family is just enjoying all the Saturdays this season has in store.
It's one of the best things in the world. I love watching her. She loves the sport, and I've never heard her once say, I want to stop.
While Kylie is not the first girl to put pads on, she definitely won't be the last. And she knows that with some challenges that may lie ahead, dedication is all it takes to overcome them.
Just do it, honestly. It's not as scary as you think it is, and honestly, after you get
ready and you get like all that adrenaline, you're gonna end up being great at it, especially if you try hard and you work hard at it.
Kylie and the Bulldogs won their game on Saturday 38-16. Mississippi State has 249 days before they return back to the field. They will play Memphis on September 3rd in Starkville. But until then, they gotta get the work done, and that work will begin soon. For now, from Liberty Bowl Memorial Stadium, I'm Sydney Wicker, WTOK News 11 Sports.